Hey everyone, it's Michelle with Silver Snake Designs, and in today's video I'm going to teach you how to make this lovely pendant. This is made with cubic right angle weave, and one thing I really love about this is it's got the red rondelles around the center, but it also has these gorgeous blue beads around the outer edge, and it's just really, really pretty. It's just a beautiful pendant. I had so much fun making this. I hope you will too. Here's what the back looks like. And so basically what we're going to be using is size 11 seed beads, and I have these in gold. These are the Toho PF 557s. These are size 15 seed beads. These are silver lined crystal AB. We have 2 by 3 millimeter rondelles, faceted rondelles, size 15 gold seed beads, which are also the Toho PF 557, and I have size 11 of silver lined, I want to say cobalt color beads. I'm not sure what brand this is. This is just from my stash. So, but you can use any combination of colors you want. You can have your beading thread and a beading needle. So let's get started. Okay, so we're first gonna start by making this bottom part first, only because the hole is a bit bigger, and when we go and close the cubic right angle weave, we're gonna have to get our needle in between that hole to get some beads in there. So the best thing I wanted to do was start off with our larger square, and then we'll work on the smaller square. So we'll just put that right there, and we're gonna start off by picking up a rondelle, 2 gold seed beads, and a blue seed bead. Okay, we're gonna take that, we'll bring that all the way down. I like to leave a tail of about maybe 4 inches. I like long tails. And then we're gonna go back through the rondelle, the red rondelle. Okay, so your work should look like this. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna pick up a rondelle and 2 gold seed beads, and we're gonna go back through the rondelle, the red rondelle that we put on in the last step. We're gonna pull, and your work should look like this. This rondelle should look a little wonky off to the side a little bit, but that's okay. That's what we want. We want to do a 90-degree turn, or we want the rondelles 90 degrees opposite each other. So then what we're going to do is we're going to go through this next gold seed bead here and pull that through. Now we'll pick up a gold and a blue seed bead, and we're going to go through this red rondelle bead here and this gold seed bead here that our thread is exiting, just like that. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're going to take our needle and we're going to go through this next gold seed bead here. And then we're going to pick up 2 gold seed beads, and then we're going to go through this gold seed bead and this gold seed bead here, so these two. Just like that. We'll pull, and then we'll take our needle and go through the blue seed bead. Okay. Now here's going to be the hard part, and I'm going to walk you through it with my needle and point out where we need to go so you can visually see it, and then we'll do it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my needle, I'm going to go through this gold seed bead over here. I'm going to pick up a blue seed bead. I'm going to come down this bead over here, back through this blue bead, back through this gold bead up here, and then out this gold bead up here. Okay, so I'm going to take my needle, I'm going to go up this gold bead here, okay, I'm not going to pull my thread tight, and you don't have to either, if this is going to help you, we'll pull it tight at the end. We'll pick up a blue bead, we'll come down this gold bead here, okay? And don't pull your bead tight, you can just keep just enough of a loop, and I'm not going to pull it tight so you can see. And then I'm going to go through this blue bead here, okay, go slow. And then if you kind of see it here, I'll go back up through this bead, this gold bead here, and then we'll go out the gold bead up here. So we'll go through this gold bead here. Don't pull your thread tight, just so you can see. And then we're going to slightly turn our hand a little bit and go through this gold bead up here, okay? See that? And before, oops, my thread, there we go, got caught on the other bead. Now before I close it, I just want you to see that we're basically in essence making a circle here, and this is going to join. Now what I want you to do is grab both pieces like this and just pull. And it's going to look like a jumble of beads, and you don't know how you're going to center yourself. So this is how you center yourself, okay, on what you need to do next. Find the bead that your thread is exiting. So there's the gold bead, and you want to make it so that you're holding it like this, and that the bead, the gold bead that your thread is exiting, the hole is going horizontal, okay? And then what you're going to do, so you see that bead right there? And then you're going to flip it up, and you know you did it right if you see a gold bead on the top, a gold bead at the bottom where your thread is exiting right there, and then you have two blue beads on the side. You see that? And you also, you know you did it right is if you see these beads here in the corners, the holes are facing you. So you see the 1, the 2, oops, now I'm losing myself here. It's a little hard to hold because it's very small and there's not much to hold on to. And then you can see 3, and then the 4th bead, there's the rondelle, okay? So now what I want you to do is, once you've centered yourself, take your needle and go through the blue bead here, just like that, so you're facing it, because we're going to close this up because this is going to be a corner and so we don't want the beads loose. Then we'll go through this gold bead here, we'll go down this blue bead here, we'll go through this gold bead here, and now, do you see that red rondelle right there? We're going to bring our needle through that red rondelle. Okay, and now, remember, center yourself, and this is how you center yourself. See the red rondelle? Now our thread is coming out the red rondelle. And if you look at it, you'll see that we now have a red rondelle at the bottom, a gold bead on the top, a blue bead on the left, and a gold bead on the right. Okay? Now that you've centered yourself, and now we're going to get ready for a next round, and now that we're in a good spot, I want to show you what you just did, because I want you to visualize and see this. If we were to take the rondelles facing us, this is what we're doing. We just worked on a corner, and as you can see, the rondelle is facing this way, and there's a rondelle facing this way, okay? That is our corner piece. Doesn't look like anything yet, but this is this part we just worked on right there. Does that make sense? If not, message me. I'll be happy to do any videos, like any extra videos. If you want me to do this again, just let me know, or you can rewatch. Now, to center yourself again, to work on our next round, we're going to find our bead that our thread is exiting. So just like that, we're going to look at it. So it's going to look like a paw print. So you're going to have the red bead down here, the blue bead here, the gold bead here, and the gold bead here on top. Okay? So now, once you see that, and once again, you'll see the 4 beads, the 4 holes facing you in each of these corners. And that's how you know you did it right. Okay? It's going to look a little wonky just because of the rondelles and how they're situated, but it'll work. So our next step we're going to pick up is a gold seed bead, a rondelle, and a gold seed bead. And we're going to go through the rondelle, the red rondelle that our thread is exiting. We're going to pull that, and you can see now it's starting to stand up. Okay? And so that's basically what you want it to do. The rondelle that we just put on is going to stand up. So now you can kind of see almost that 90-degree turn. It looks like an L, so we have our rondelles, and then we have our rondelle going this way. Okay, so our rondelles are standing on top of each other. Okay, so getting back here, so we went through the rondelle. We'll go through our next seed bead, our gold seed bead. Okay, then what we're going to do is pick up 2 gold seed beads, and then we'll go through this gold seed bead and this gold seed bead here. Okay, we'll go through the next gold seed bead here, just like that. We'll pick up 2 gold seed beads, and we're going to go through this gold seed bead and this gold seed bead here. Because those were the 2 gold seed beads we put on in the prior round. We're going to add on 2 more gold seed beads. We're going to pull that. You can see the work is standing up on its own. Do you see how it looks like a little taco here? And now what we're going to do is we're going to move it over here. We want to go through this next blue seed bead. Okay. Now when you're looking at it head on like this, you can see a gold seed bead here and a gold seed bead here. We're going to go up this gold seed bead here. And just out of curiosity, do you guys know what bead comes next? Because how is this bead, this top bead, going to sit up here? And what color should it be? Blue. So we're going to pick up a blue seed bead, and we're going to come down this gold bead here. Then we're going to go back through this blue bead here, up this gold bead here, and out the rondelle. Okay? So we picked up our blue seed bead. We'll come down here because we want to close it. Okay? Blue seed bead there. We're going to come across the blue seed bead that we had just done earlier. So just like that. We'll come up the gold bead here, back on this side. So in essence, whoops, there goes my needle. So we'll come up the gold bead there. So in essence, we're closing the circle, okay? And then we'll go out the rondelle, the red rondelle. And I want to show you something here. because this is cubic right angle weave, this uses almost like a diamond shaped pattern. So you kind of want to use the diamond shaped pattern to keep yourself oriented and situated. So you can see the diamond pattern here. We have a blue bead here, a blue bead here, and we have 2 gold beads on the side, okay? If you're doing cubic right angle weave in the future, it doesn't matter what color beads they are, you're always going to see this diamond shaped pattern with a blue bead, with a bead on the top, bottom, left, and right, okay? Now that our thread is exiting the rondelle bead, we're going to come over here and situate yourself again. You always want to orient yourself, make sure you're in the right spot. You're going to have the red rondelle here. You're going to have a gold bead on the right, a blue bead on the left, and a gold bead on top. And now we're going to do one more round of picking up a gold bead, a rondelle, and a gold bead, and we'll go back through the rondelle that our thread is exiting. We'll pull that through, okay? We'll go through our next gold bead here. We'll pick up 2 gold seed beads, and we'll go back through this gold seed bead here and this gold seed bead here. Okay, your work should look like this. We'll pick up 2 gold seed beads, and we'll go through this gold, oops, excuse me. No, you're not going to do that. You're going to go through the next gold seed bead. Sorry. And then we're going to pick up 2 gold seed beads. And we're going to go through this gold seed bead and this gold seed bead. Okay. Then what we're going to do is we're going to go through this blue bead here, we'll go up this gold bead here, and what bead do you think we'll pick up? That's right, a blue bead. And we'll come down this bead here on the other side. We'll come across this blue bead here again. And remember your diamond shaped pattern. And then we'll come up here, back up this gold bead on this side, and we'll go out the red rondelle. So now you've just made one side of the square, and you could see here it's almost like a little L here. Okay, so now what we're going to do is a 90-degree turn, and we're going to pick up a rondelle, 2 gold seed beads, and we'll go back through the rondelle. Okay, we'll go through this gold seed bead here, and we'll pick up a gold and a blue seed bead. And we're going to go through this rondelle and this gold bead here. We'll go through the next gold seed bead, and we'll pick up 2 gold seed beads. And we'll go through this gold seed bead here and this gold seed bead here. So that one and that one. Okay. We'll go through our blue bead. We'll come up here. This gold bead here on this side. We'll pick up a blue bead. We'll go down the gold bead on the other side. We'll go back through the blue bead at the bottom here. Up the gold bead, but there's no rondelle, but it will be this gold bead. And you remember this pattern, right, from the beginning? When we first did our first 90-degree turn, we had the blue bead up here, the blue bead down here, and the gold bead on either side. And do you remember what we did the next part? We closed it. So we're going to go through all the beads around the top here, and we're going to exit back out this gold bead here that our thread is exiting. So we'll go through 1, 2, mind your thread, 3, and 4. And now, see that rondelle right there? We're going to go through that red rondelle, just like that. Now remember, orient yourself. Now we have the thread that's coming out the red rondelle, and now it should look like this, and we're going to work up from this section. Don't worry about the beads here. Hold it however you feel that you need, but always make sure that you can see your rondelle. And on the top we have a gold bead, on the right we have a gold bead, and on the left we have a blue bead. You see that? I'm trying to get my camera here. There. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to pick up a gold seed bead, a rondelle, and a gold seed bead, and we're going to go through the red rondelle that our thread is exiting. Okay, and now we're working on another side. We're going to go through this gold seed bead here, we'll pick up 2 gold seed beads, and we'll go through this gold seed bead here and this gold seed bead here. Okay, and you can see it's standing up. Move this around. We'll go around the corner here, and then we'll go through this gold seed bead. We'll pick up 2 seed beads, and we'll go through this gold seed bead here and this gold seed bead here. It's going to be a little hard because it's on the angle. There, you should be able to see that. Okay, and you can see it's standing up. And then we'll just flip the piece around a little bit. So we're just like circular, you know. So we'll go through the blue rondelle. I mean the blue seed bead. We'll come up the gold bead on this side. You guys should be an old pro now. We'll pick up a blue bead, and then we'll come down the gold bead on this side. Oh, this is my favorite stitch. And then we'll go back through the blue bead here at the bottom. We'll go up the gold bead on this side. And then we will come out the red rondelle. Here we are. Let's do it one more time. We'll pick up a gold seed bead and a red rondelle, a gold seed bead, and we'll go back through the red rondelle. Our thread is exiting. We'll pull that tight. Oh, move my tail out of the way. We'll go through this next gold seed bead here. We'll pick up 2 gold seed beads, and we'll go through these 2 seed beads here. Okay, we'll go through our next gold seed bead, And then we'll pick up 2 gold seed beads, and we'll go through this seed bead here and this seed bead here. And then we're going to go back through our blue bead. Okay. Kind of fold it up if you can, like a little taco or a book or whatever you fold up. We're going to go up this gold seed bead up here. We'll pick up a blue seed bead. We'll come down here, the gold bead on the opposite side. We'll come back through this blue bead here. We'll go up the gold bead. Oops, mind your thread. Make sure your thread doesn't get caught. And then we'll come out the rondelle. Okay, let's just see where we are for now. Because you don't want to do too many right angle, right hand turns. So where are we? We did, oh, look at that. So you see how that's looking like a square? How we have one side, 2 sides, and a little bit of this side. So what we're going to do is we're going to do another 90-degree turn. Okay, it's looking good. And we're exiting the rondelle. And we're going to pick up a rondelle and 2 seed beads. Okay, we're going to go back through our rondelle. Our thread is exiting. We'll go through our next gold seed bead. And then we'll pick up a gold and a blue seed bead. And we'll go through the rondelle and the gold seed bead. We'll go through our next gold seed bead. We'll pick up 2 gold seed beads, and then we'll go through this gold and this gold here. So these 2. Okay, we will go through our blue seed bead. We will go up this gold seed bead here. Pick up a blue seed bead. We'll come down the gold seed bead on the opposite side. Oops, let me pull my thread a little tight here. We'll come across the bottom blue seed bead. We will come up again, the gold seed bead on the opposite side, and then we will come out the gold seed bead on the top there. See that? Once again, we have blue beads on the top and the bottom and gold on the left and the right. So this should be your little cue, and then we'll go through all the beads. So we'll go through the blue and the gold. That's 1, 2. We'll go back through the blue and the gold, 3 and 4. So we'll close that side, and then we'll go through that red rondelle. Okay. So that's where we are. Almost done. You're doing a good job. Okay, let me move my tail out of the way. And now we're going to work on this side. Orient yourself. Find where the bead is, where the thread is coming out of. And there you go. Okay. And this one, once again, we have a gold bead on the top, a gold bead on the right, and a blue bead on the left. And then we'll start by picking up a seed bead, a rondelle, and a seed bead. And we'll go back through our rondelle. Okay. We'll go through our next gold seed bead there. We'll pick up 2 gold seed beads. And we'll go through this seed bead and this seed bead here. We'll go through our next gold seed bead. And then we'll pick up a gold seed bead and a gold seed bead. So 2 gold seed beads. And then we'll go through, you can kind of see it on the angle here, this gold seed bead and this gold seed bead. Okay. Pull that through. We'll go through the blue bead. Once again, we'll come up here, gold seed bead on this side. We'll pick up a blue seed bead and we'll come down the gold seed bead on this side. Then we'll come across the blue seed bead here. We'll come up the gold seed bead here. And we will go out the rondelle here. There we go. Okay. Now, as you can see, we're coming up on the end there. And so, just to orient yourself too, you can see that we've done, on either side has 3 rondelles. So we have a 1, 2, 3. We have a 1, 2. We need to do 1 more. And then we're going to do a 90-degree turn. You can see 1, 2, 3 here. But we have a 1 here. Okay? Which means we're going to join right here. So let's finish up this side. We'll do 1 more seed bead, rondelle seed bead. Then we'll do our 90-degree, add 1 more, and then join. Okay. So let's add 1 more. Move my tail out of the way. Okay. So I'm going to pick up a gold bead, a seed bead, and a gold bead. I'm going to go back through the rondelle. I'm going to go through the next gold bead. I'll pick up 2 gold beads. And I'll go through this gold bead and this gold bead here. I'll go through this gold bead here. And we'll pick up 2 gold seed beads. And then I'll go through this bead here and this bead here. We'll go through the blue bead. We'll go up the gold bead. We'll pick up a blue bead. We'll come down the gold bead on this side. We'll go back through the blue bead there. We'll come up the gold bead and we'll go out that red rondelle. Okay. Now, once we do our 90-degree turn, we're going to be on our final side. Okay. So to do your 90-degree turn, do you remember what it was? It was a rondelle and 2 seed beads. So go back through our rondelle. We'll go through our next gold seed bead here. We'll pick up a gold bead and a blue bead. And we'll go back through the rondelle and this gold bead. we'll go through our next gold bead. We'll pick up 2 gold beads, and then we'll go through these 2 gold beads here. Once again, we'll go through the blue bead at the base. We'll come up the gold bead on this side. We will pick up a blue bead. We'll come down the gold bead on the opposite side. And then we'll cut across the blue bead back here, the base again. We'll come back up the gold seed bead on this side. And we will come out the top gold bead up here. And once again, we're at that point where we have to loop and close this. So we'll go back through all the beads on the top, right around, and then we'll go right back through that gold bead from where our thread was exiting originally. And then we will go out the rondelle. And just to orient yourself again before we close it, and I want to show you, okay? If we were to close it now, we only have 2 beads. So I just want to show you this. Okay. We need to add 1 more, and then we'll close it. Does that look? Okay. So let's get ourselves oriented. We'll just hold on to it like this. And now you're going to pick up a gold seed bead, a rondelle, and a gold seed bead. And we'll go right back through that red rondelle. We'll go through our next gold seed bead. We'll pick up 2 gold seed beads. We'll go through these 2 seed beads here. Oops, mind your thread. My thread just got tangled. It loves to do this when I'm finishing a piece. We'll go through our next gold seed bead. We will pick up 2 gold seed beads. Oh, I'm going to call that one. And then we'll go through these 2 gold seed beads here. We will go through the blue bead at the bottom. We'll go through the gold bead on the side here. We'll pick up a blue bead and come down the gold bead on this side. Back through this blue bead here. Up this gold bead on this side. And out the rondelle. Okay. So there's our square. And here is how you close it. Now you can see right here, we're going to close this in a loop. So you're always going to have a top, bottom, left, and right bead. You can see how we have a left and right bead. So what bead do you think we should pick up next? A gold bead. And then we'll go up this rondelle here on this side. Okay, we'll pick up a gold bead. And then we'll go back down the rondelle on this side. So that way when you close it, it looks like this. But we're not done yet. There's still 3 other sides you have to close. Because don't forget, this is a cube. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back through this gold. Oops. we're going to go up the rondelle. And now, so we've done this side. Now we have to do this side. And I'm going to move my tail. My tail loves getting in the way. Okay. So if we were to hold this bead, now you can see on this one, we've got a bottom gold bead. We have a blue bead on the right, and we have a blue bead on the left, but we need a bead up here, so we definitely need a gold. So to get to the top there, we're going to go up this blue bead here. We're going to pick up a gold bead. We're going to come down the blue bead on this side. Okay. We're going to come across the bottom gold bead again. We will come across here. Let's move the tail out of the way. Here. You come over here. There we go. And then we'll come up the blue bead here. Okay. So now that we've closed that side, our next side we need to close is the back. Now this is going to be a little bit more difficult, but you can still see the diamond shaped pattern. So we have a bead here at the bottom, we have a left and a right, but we need something here. So we're going to go up this bead here. We'll pick up a gold bead. We'll come down this side. Mind your thread, which loves to get caught when I'm finishing things. Okay, then we're going to come across here. We'll come up here. And this is going to be the hardest part. This is why I told you I wanted to do the larger square first, because we still have to close here. But with this one, we don't need to add any beads. But I want you to see, if I can get the angle here. Ah, there we go. I'm going to steady my hand. We want to go up through this bead here. So do you see where my needle is exiting? Because then we have this bead on the top here, this bead here, and this bead here. So we basically, in essence, want to loop this. Okay, so what we're going to do is bring our needle up through here. We're going to bring our needle across through here, but we're going to keep our needle in the back of the piece, because if we push it forward, it's going to mess up the thread. So I kind of, because this bead is in the back of the piece, and as you can see, that's one of the very first beads we put on, we're going to keep the needle back through there. And then we're going to bring our needle back through this piece here. So let me show you, get the angle properly here. Okay. So that's the bead on the side. We'll go back through this bottom bead here. And then we'll go back up through that bead on the side. See? And there we are. And we've closed the inside of that. Now what we're going to do is we're going to come up to the top there, and your thread should be exiting this center bead here in between these beads. Okay? And now what we're going to do is we're going to go through this gold bead right here. And our next steps are going to be adding our 15 seed beads. So I'm going to get those ready and I'll see you shortly. Okay, so this part is extremely easy. It's the easiest parts of the project. So basically, in essence, we're just going to be taking our little white seed beads here. Well, actually, our silver line crystal AB. And we're just going to do on the inside border, and we're going to do it on the outside border. Okay, so we are exiting this, and so you're just going to pick up a seed bead, a little tiny 15, and go through the next seed bead. And this is great too, because these size 11s are big and the little 15s are small, so they nestle right in there, right in between the beads, and it's really cool. So we'll just do that, and then we'll just go through there. Okay, so now I'm back through the last one. I went through the gold one, just like that. And now what we're going to do is we're going to do the outer diameter. So we're just going to pop through a rondelle, just like that. We'll go through a gold seed bead. We'll pick up a little crystal AB 15. And then we're just going to do this all around. And I've picked up my last 15, and I'm going to go through my gold seed bead. And now we've just completed the front. It's okay if it looks a little wonky, like it's being pulled in. It's okay, because it's going to offset that when we do the back. Because now we're just going to do the same thing on the back. Okay, so we're going to bring our thread to the back. So we're exiting the gold bead. We'll just go through here, and then we'll go through the gold bead on the outer edges here. Now there's no little red rondelles to show you where you need to be, but if you can tell your gold seed bead's on the outer edge, now just take the gold seed bead and do this along the outer edge. If you want, you can do the other color. You don't have to. You can use whatever colors you like. And once again, my tail gets in the way. I'll just move that out of my way. And then I'll just do this all around. Okay, now I've picked up my last little 15. I'll go through the 11 there. And now here, I want to do the inside diameter. So, because we have a gold bead, gold bead, gold bead here, these 11s. Use this as your guide to show you where your beads are in the middle here. Okay, so you can see this diamond shaped pattern. So I know that I want to get my thread, which is exiting this 11, up to this 11 up here. So I will go here, and if I follow the thread path, I'll be going the opposite direction. Okay, so then I'm going to pick up a 15. And you may have to just pop it in so I know my next bead is here. Kind of have to like push it a little bit. I'll be picking up my 15, and I'll be going through my last 11 there. Now, what you can do, bring your needle back through the beads just to give a little bit of stability. You don't have to do this, but if you want to, you can. I like to make it square, and I like to go through all the beads a couple times or more. However you want, doesn't matter. And then that kind of just squares it off. Just like that. Okay, so I just worked my tail piece through to get to my working thread, and I'm just going to tie them off. There. Grab a scissors. All right, looks good. And you just completed your first component. Okay, now let me clear off my beads and we'll go back and get the other bead colors and we will do the top portion. Okay, so we are ready and we're going to do the top portion of our pendant. And we're going to start by picking up a rondelle, 2 seed beads, gold seed beads, and a blue seed bead. Bring that down, and I like to leave a tail. And we're going to go back through the red rondelle. Okay, we'll pull that through. And your work should look like this. And now we're going to pick up a rondelle and 2 seed beads. And we're going to go back through our rondelle. Just like that. And now we're going to go through the next gold seed bead. And we're going to pick up a gold and a blue seed bead. And we're going to go back through the red rondelle and the gold seed bead. Okay. Work should look like this. And then we'll go through our next gold seed bead. And we'll pick up 2 seed beads, 2 gold seed beads. And we'll go back through this gold seed bead and this gold seed bead here. So those 2. Okay, your work should look like this. I'm going to go through the blue bead. And once again, I'm going to show you and then we'll do it. We're going to go up through this gold bead here. I'll pick up a blue seed bead. I'll come down this gold bead here, back through this gold bead or this blue bead, back up this gold bead, and then out this gold bead on the top here. Okay, so I'm going to go up the gold bead. I'm not going to pull tight so you can see. I'll pick up a blue bead. I'll come down the gold bead on this side. Okay, you can see the blue bead there and the gold bead. I'll come back through the bottom bead here. I'll come up this gold bead here, back up on the other side. Then, if we turn, we could see this little gold bead right up here. See that? And then we'll do that. Then, we'll grab both beads and we'll pull. Once again, you have to orient yourself because this looks like a jumble, okay? And I won't confuse you again. So remember what I told you? You have to take your gold bead where your thread is coming out. Find the bead where your thread is coming out and grab it. So you're hanging on to it and you're looking at it like this. Head on. Okay. And now flip it over. And there you go. Remember before the gold bead on the top and bottom and left and right? And this is your cue to just go through the beads. So we'll go through the blue, we'll go through the gold, we'll go through the blue. Okay. We'll go through the gold. And then, remember, we'll go through the red rondelle on the side there. Okay. Then you want to orient yourself again. So there we are, and that's where it is. Look at it head on, where your thread is coming out of. And then we'll look at it on the top here. And you know you did it right when you see the red rondelle, the 2 gold seed beads here, and the blue bead on the left. So you'll have a gold seed bead on the right, a blue seed bead on the left, and a gold bead on the top. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take a seed bead, a rondelle, and a seed bead, and we'll go back through the rondelle. Remember this part? And then we'll go through our next gold seed bead, and then we'll pick up 2 gold seed beads, and we'll go through this gold seed bead and this gold seed bead. Then we'll pick up 2 gold seed beads. Oh, no, we won't. We'll go through the next gold seed bead. I think I missed that step prior as well. This is why you should always pay attention to your recipe list and your instructions. So then we'll go through this gold bead and this gold bead here. Okay, and you remember this part. We'll go through the blue bead across. We'll go up the gold bead here. Do you remember what color bead we had? That's right, it's a blue one. We'll come down the bead here on this side. Come across the bottom blue bead. Then we'll go up the gold bead. And then we'll go up the rondelle. Now, this is where it's going to differ from the other portion. We did one more gold rondelle gold, but we're not going to do that. We're just going to go straight into the 90-degree turn. And so now you're going to have to pick up a rondelle and 2 gold seed beads. We'll go back through our rondelle, and then we'll go through our next gold seed bead. So just like that. Then what we're going to do is we're going to pick up a gold and a blue seed bead, and we're going to go through the rondelle and the gold seed bead. Okay, we're going to go through our next gold seed bead. We'll pick up 2 gold seed beads, and we'll go through this gold seed bead and this gold seed bead. Okay. Go through the blue bead. We'll go up this gold bead here. We'll grab a blue seed bead. We'll come down the gold bead on the opposite side. We'll go across the blue bottom seed bead. We'll go up the gold seed bead on this side, and once again we will exit the gold seed bead on the top there. Once again, this is your cue to go back through all the beads, exiting this gold seed bead. So we'll go through 1, 2, 3, and 4. And this time we will exit the rondelle. And there goes my AC clicking on. My AC unit is in my closet here in my craft room. So there's that. So now let me show you what we've done so far. So the way this compares to this and the way they're similar is that we're still doing the 90-degree turns, but this one, as you can see, it's got 1, 2, 3 up per side, but this one's only got 1, 2 per side. So what we're going to do now is we're going to continue the other side, move my thread out of the way, and we'll reorient ourselves with the thread coming out of the rondelle. So we're going to pick up a gold, a rondelle, and a gold, and we'll go back through the rondelle bead, just like that. And then we will go through this next gold bead here in our base. We'll pick up 2 gold seed beads, and then we'll go through this gold seed bead and this gold seed bead here. Just like that. And then we'll go through the next gold seed bead. We'll pick up 2 gold seed beads, and then we'll go through this one and this one here. So just like that. We'll go through the blue bead. We'll come up this bead over here. We'll pick up a blue bead. We'll come down the bead on this side. And then we'll go down across the blue bead here. We will go up and we'll go out the red rondelle. You can see this is a lot quicker because we're already done with 2 sides. So now we're going to do another 90-degree turn. So that is where we pick up a rondelle and 2 seed beads, gold seed beads, and we'll go back through the rondelle, and then we'll go back through the next gold bead. Okay. And then we'll pick up a gold and a blue seed bead, and we'll go back through the rondelle and the gold bead our thread is exiting. We'll go through the next gold bead, and we'll pick up 2 gold beads, and we'll go through this gold bead and this gold bead here. We'll go through the blue bead. We'll go up this gold bead here. We'll pick up a blue seed bead. We'll come down the gold seed bead on the other side, and then we'll take a shortcut and go back through the blue bead. That's how you can do shortcuts here. We'll come up the bead on this side, and we will come out the top gold bead there. And once again, with the 2 blue seed beads on either side, this is our key to go through 1, 2, 3, and back out the original gold seed bead. And then we'll go through the red rondelle. Okay. So now we're on side number 3. And this one we're going to pick up. Do you guys remember what's next in our step? It's a gold bead, a rondelle, and a gold bead. And then we'll go right back through our rondelle. And then we'll go through the next gold bead. We'll pick up 2 gold beads, and we'll go through this gold bead and this gold bead here. Okay, oops, mind your thread. Thread always gets stuck. Okay, and then we'll go through our next gold bead at the base there. We'll pick up 2 gold beads, And then we'll go through this gold bead and this gold bead here. And then we will pick up, well, we'll go through the blue bead at the base. We'll go up the gold bead on this side, and then we'll pick up a blue seed bead. We'll come down the gold bead on the other side. If I can, oh, there we go. We'll go across the gold bead at the base there, and then we will come up here. We will come across the rondelle. Okay. Now we have to do a 90-degree turn. So we'll pick up a rondelle and 2 seed beads. And then we'll go through the rondelle, just like that. And then we'll go through our next gold seed bead. We'll pick up a gold and a blue. And then we'll go through the rondelle and the gold bead our thread is exiting. Gets a little hard to hold when it's a small piece. And then we'll go through our next gold seed bead. Okay, we'll pick up 2 gold seed beads. And then we'll go through the gold and the gold. Just like that. We'll go through our blue bead. We will come up the gold bead on this side. We'll pick up a blue bead. We'll come down the gold bead on the other side. We'll come across the blue bead. We'll come up the gold bead. Here, back on this side. We'll go out the gold bead here. And once again, we're at that point where we need to close off. So we'll go back through the blue and the gold along the top here. We'll come down the blue bead. We'll come across, and we will go out the rondelle again, once again. Okay. So here we are. Here we are. Once again. We're going to pick up a gold bead, and we're going to come, let's see here. We're going to come up the rondelle here. Going to pick up a gold bead. I'm going to come down the rondelle on the opposite side. Okay. So this will, in essence, close the front. And now we have our 1, 2, 3, 4 little seed beads in the middle. We're going to go back across the seed bead here. And then we're going to go up the rondelle. Okay. So we did the front side. Now we have to do this side. Once again, let's move the tail piece back. Okay. So we came out the rondelle. Now we're going to go up this blue bead here. We're going to pick up a gold seed bead. We're going to come down the blue bead on the other side. We're going to go across the bottom of that bottom rondelle there. Then we're going to come, or the seed bead, and then we're going to come up the blue bead again on the other side. And that closes that side. Now it's the back side. And so as this one, you could see, once again, I was telling you about the diamond shape. Don't let this bead fool you. That's a bead on the other side, which we don't need, but you still need to close. So when you're closing, you do the 2 seed beads, then you do the one seed bead, then you do one more seed bead, and then on the fourth round you don't have any seed beads. So we'll go up here on this side, we'll pick up a gold, and we'll come down this side. There you go. We'll come across. Oops, sorry about that. Sorry. We will come across. So we went through this seed bead. We'll come up this seed bead, and now this is where it's getting difficult. This is why I wanted you to do this one first, because this is hard to see, and I want you to notice. I'm going to see if I can get the angle here. That there's this seed bead right here with the hole facing you. You see that where my needle is? And so you want to go through that bead. So it's actually the hole between this gold bead and this gold bead. So you see you have the 1, 2, 3, 4. It's the bead with the hole facing you between these two. Okay. So we'll stick our needle through there, and our needle should come out on the opposite side. See, our needle is sticking out between those two gold seed beads next to the rondelle. Okay. And now we're gonna flip it over. We'll go through this rondelle here, or this seed bead here. And then remember how we came up through this hole facing you between these seed beads? You're gonna do the same. There's a hole facing you between these two seed beads. And that would be it right there. Trying to give you guys a little bit of an angle to see. Okay, and then we're going to push that through. And we're going to come back here, move my tail out of the way. And now our thread is exiting this hole right here. And then we'll go back through. This bead right here. So we want to go up this way, and then we'll pull that through. It's going to take a little bit of time, and then we'll go back up through that hole. Okay. And then we are now ready to go through this gold bead here. Okay, I've got my little beads, my little 15 beads. We're ready. So we're just going to pick up a Silverline Crystal AB. We'll go through the next bead. We'll pick up another one. And then we'll go through the next bead. Then we'll pick up another one. Go through the next bead. We'll pick up our last one and go through the last 11. We'll bring our needle through a rondelle. And then we'll go through the gold seed bead, and then we'll just do this all around. We'll go through the next gold, and I'll go through the 11. Okay, So we did our front. It looks good. Now we're going to bring our needle to the back. So I'll just go through a blue bead here. And then I will go through an 11 here on the outer diameter. And now I'll pick up a gold. And I'll just go through like this. And I'm going to go through my 11 there. Now I'm going to bring myself in to these 1, 2, 3, 4 beads in the middle here. And I'll go down the 11 or here. And then I'll go through here. I will pick up a gold bead and I will go through this one right here. Pick up a gold bead and go through this one right here. And I'll pick up a gold bead and I'll go through this one right here. And we will pick up our last gold bead and go through this 11 right here. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is take off my needle off of my working thread. I'm going to move my tail thread to the back here and I'm going to knot it off. Okay, so I've gone ahead and worked my tail piece back through my working thread, and now I'm just going to do this, tie it off. Okay. And because I have enough thread, I'm going to keep my really long working thread, but I'm only just going to cut off my tail. But I kind of wanted to just knot it now, so that way it was kind of anchored down, because then all I have to do is just bring my needle up to the point there, and then I can add on. And I think I might even have enough thread to go up around the piece and add the little veil. Okay, so I'm going to get my thread onto my needle. Okay, so I've got my thread onto my needle and I'm going to work it up to a corner. And I'll go up through here. Go through the 11, and I'm going to go out that blue bead right on the corner there. And because my thread is coming out this way, facing me, I'm going to do the front first. So this front looks like we have a 15, a rondelle and a 15. So, oh, let me grab my, you're also going to need a rondelle and a size 11 seed bead. Sorry about that. So I'm going to pick up my 15, my rondelle, and my 15. Okay, which means I now have to take my second piece and push it this way through the blue up here. Let's see. I'm going to bring this down and then I'm going to push it through the blue. So this should show you that we did the front portion. You can see how the thread path is going. So in essence, we're going to be kind of looping it like we are with the cubic right angle weave. Remember that? Okay. So let's get this situated. Okay, and now we're going to work on the back. So let me grab this. There we go. And so now, because we're coming out the back, let's grab a 15. Let's grab an 11. And then a 15 gold. And then we'll come back through. And the reason why I'm not choosing a rondelle is because the back of my piece is all gold. So I kind of wanted to keep it uniform. But if you want to use rondelle, you can. You can join this however you like. You can use the blue beads if you want. And then we'll just push this through like this. And then sometimes your thread may get a little wonky. But now when you're closing it, you can see the thread path there. And so now what we're going to do is we're just going to loop it around just to, you know, down through the blue bead here. We'll go through the 15, the rondelle and the 15, and then we'll go back up through the blue bead here. We'll go back through the 11 or the 15, the 11 and the 15. Let's get that through the 11. Let's get that through the 15. Just like that. And then back through the blue. And you can do this as many times as you like. I like to do it just to reinforce it because this is going to be a thin part of the pendant and it may be prone to breaking. So you might want to just reinforce it a couple times. And then I'll come back up through here, back up through the 15. And now what I want to do is I want to get my thread up to this 15 or up here, this blue bead right up at the top there, because now we're going to make the bail. And so what I will do with this, let's pop up and just go anywhere you like. So I'll go up through this 11 and I'll go up and take the express train all through these beads. And I will take the express train all up through this bead, through that 11 on the top there. And then, oops, let me put my needle back on my thread and I will come out that 11. There. And then we'll come out this blue 11 at the top. And now you can take as many seed beads. I think this one I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But I want to do a larger bail, so I'll probably do 11 pieces. I would do an odd amount only because the odd amount you kind of get that little point around there. Like if we were to get these beads out, it'll look a lot better. It'll look almost rounded if you do 11 beads or an odd amount. So we'll do 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then we'll just do this. So our thread is exiting here out the front. We kind of just want to boop, loop it, loop it, loop it. So just like that. And if you see the bail, if it's a nice size, yeah, like that, we can get a little something in there. And then just go back and loop your needle through the beads. Okay, and I'm coming down my last bit of beads. And there's our little loop. And now what I think I'll do is work this piece, this working thread back through the piece. So I'll go through the 11, I'll go through the blue, and I'll go through this 11 here. And I'm going to tie this off. I want to get down towards the middle though. So I'll get in the back here. So what I like to do is take my needle and stick it under there's going to be some threads in between the beads. So you kind of want to find a thread and get your needle under there, just like that. And then what I like to do is bring my needle until it makes this little loop. And I like to bring my needle through that loop. If you've done sewing, this may look familiar. And then you just pull it tight and then do it again a couple times. See if we can grab a little thread. So just like that. Make a little loop with the thread, and then we'll bring our needle through the thread loop, and there we go. And then I'll do it one more time, and then I'll bring my, and that is a great way to tie things off. And then I'll put my needle there, and then I'll just boop, boop, pull it tight. There we go. And cut the thread, and you have just made a gorgeous pendant. Now, if you feel and you want to do this, you can do this. This really is however you feel you want to do it. I think because my thing was a little loose this time around, I think what I'll do is I'm going to take my needle and thread, and I'm just going to reinforce around. I'm going to go in, take some extra thread, because on this piece, this seemed a little bit, I was probably had a tighter stitch. So this one feels a little loose to me. And that's one thing I love about this pendant too, is if you feel that it's a little loose, you can always just go back and retighten them as you need. And if you make this pendant, I really want you to put it on my Facebook page, Silver Snake Designs, and I'll link it to my page in the description box below. And if you make it, I want to see it. If you've done other colors or this color, I would love to see it. So thanks for being here, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.